Hello guys, my name is Isaac and welcome back to the Web3 series. So in the previous video we talked about installing Web3 to your project. So in this video we're talking about the WEB3.eth library. So the WEB3.eth library is a library that allows us to interact with our Ethereum blockchain. It's a sub-library of the Web3 package. So it helps us interact with the Ethereum blockchain and the smart contracts. So this is where we set the providers, which we did in our previous video. If you haven't watched the video, go back and watch that video. And right now we can use the WEB3.eth to get the account, so we should just do this. And in the script, so right here we can just do this. I'll go back to here. So we can see the address that's connected presently. So if we should check our MetaMask, this is the address that's connected presently to the project. So this is what we can do with the ETH library. The ETH library also have many functions that are useful. So go back to the documentation right here. And we can see the subscribe, which is used to subscribe to an event. We can see the contract, which is used to interact with the contract. This way you create a reference to your deployed contract. And we can see the personal, we can see accounts, which you list your accounts. We can see many things. You can see the set provider, which is what we use to set our providers. We can see given provider, which returns the given provider. We can see current provider, which returns the current provider. We can see default account, which is used to set a default account. So using this, you can set a default account. Let's just see. Okay, so once you use it to set a default account, do not be used for passing the from method when sending transactions. We'll come to this later in the video. Okay, we have the handle revert. So the handle revert is available for newer versions of Web3. So the handle revert makes, if you set this is a property, you can set this to true or false. By default, it's false. So once you set this to true, require methods on your smart contract that causes an error. The revert error gets returned once this is set to true. So from the front end, you can get the revert error. But once this is set to false, it will return an opcode error and not the revert error. So we have the get accounts, which is what we did here. This gets the account. And we have get balance. So we'll just do this. This is what this gives us. So we have the get accounts. All this return promises. So you need to be familiar with JavaScript to understand this. But promise is we can use the DApp block. So this gives us access to the accounts. So we can do this. I'm using arrow functions here. So this gives us accounts. Let's discuss accounts. So I'm using an arrow function here. So this gives us an account, and in here we can call the get balance, since we have access to the account right now. So we call the get balance. The address we'll pass is the account. An account is an array. We need a specific address, so we get the first element. This gives us the first account, and we can clear this. We don't need this right now. Right here we can add a DApp block. And this gives us results. We can simply console the results right here, and hopefully everything is correct. Once we go back to our web, we can see this here. This is script 11, and if we check this is script 11, so it's saying we have 0 balance. So let's check if this is true, if it's correct. Yeah, as you can see, I have 0 ether. So I'll switch to I'll switch to Robster because I think I have something there. I'll switch to Robster network, and we have this now. So as you can see, we have this here. This is in way. That's how you can get the balance of a user. We have multiple stuff here. We can get pending transactions. Okay, we can get transaction receipt. We can sign transaction. So we can sign transaction and send this transaction. We can use the call method. So the call method is used to retrieve value. The call method is used to receive values from the smart contract. So for functions that are for pure functions or view functions, which are only read-only functions, which don't affect the state of a smart contract, you make use of the call function to retrieve the values. So we have the estimate gas. This returns the estimated gas for the transaction we're trying to send. We just have some cool stuff here. Okay, we have the request account, which is like the enable which we used there. So okay, I think that's about what we have in the Ethereum ETH library. In the next library, we'll start building our smart contract, and in the future video, we'll have to create a front end for the smart contract. Thank you all for watching, and if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.